Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. It's been a pretty good last couple days for Street Fighter 6. We have learned so much about a bunch of the cast members that up until the last couple days we have not seen. JP, Dee Jay, Marisa, and Manon. And going by what I see on my YouTube comments, on Twitter, and just the internet in general, all four characters here, just overwhelming home runs. Everyone is super happy to see just everything these characters can do. And of the four, Marisa and Manon are definitely the standouts, right? People like Dee Jay, people like JP, but not quite the same way they like Manon and they like Marisa. Very much two camps forming up here. People like the big graceful grabs, and people like the just massive destruction that Marisa can do. So there's this big love-in happening right now, right? And with more footage, it'll continue, but every now and then on Street Fighter, they put some footage up on Twitter they don't do in the main trailers, and the love-in will change when the game actually launches. What exactly am I talking about here? Well, I'm talking about this footage here they put on the Street Fighter official account on their Twitter. So, well, have a look here, right? Doesn't look too much out of the ordinary, perhaps, but I am here to tell you and break down why the stuff you're seeing right now will make Manon the single most hated and despised character in Street Fighter 6. So directly before we get into it here, how about a few visual guides? So if you're an anime fighting game fan, what does this say to you? Do you remember this from DNF Duel? Say you're a Street Fighter V player specifically, what are your opinions of Laura and Mika? Unless you play them, it's probably pretty low. So what am I getting at here if you're not getting the hints here? Well, the playstyle that Manon can enforce is a very annoying one, to say the least. So now let's just kind of rewind back to the start and get into it. So the very first thing you're seeing here is a target combo, which is basically one normal that can immediately chain into another normal. And the thing to note here is, well, it kind of brings the character in, as you can see normally in Street Fighter, and well, any given fighting game really. When you get smacked around, you get pushed out. And no, this specific target combo brings Marisa all the way back in. Now, much the same here, skipping forward, we have a different target combo, where Manon hits again, and then Marisa is just pulled all the way in. So we have multiple target combos that have effectively what you would call a vacuum effect. Instead of pushing the enemy out, they push you all the way in. So, well, what's the purpose of that? Well, if you may recall, Manon is a grappler. Now, not the kind of grappler that like a Zangief is naturally, right? But still, nevertheless, a grappler. And if she's pulling you in, well, you're closer. And close enough for a command grab, it turns out. So, Manon can enforce plus frames while leaving you directly beside her. She can vacuum you in on hit. That leaves you directly beside her, and in both scenarios, both target combos, she recovers first. So she has advantage. So this means you are in an immediate 50-50 mix-up. You gotta guess strike or the command grab. And in this scenario here, once they're brought in, you can see the command grab is the option. Well, you know what? I ain't no sucker. I'm not going to get command grabbed. I'm just going to backdash, or I'm going to jump, or I'm going to do whatever. You're not getting me, Manon. And oh no. You tried to backdash or you tried to jump, and instead you just got smoked. This trailer is not trying to be ambiguous about what's going on. Here, plus frames, vacuum effect, you try to get out, you get hit by the like confirm into EX launcher, and why not? Let's go for a super. So this is also a look at one of her supers. This is probably the level 2. So big hits, and then one hell of a Swan Lake dive kick to finish you off. And this is why I think people, after the initial love-in of launch happens with all the new characters, after that happens, people are gonna hate Manon. Because people don't like grapplers, period, right? They don't. Like, Lord knows as a grappler player, I've eaten enough crap over the years of people getting mad about it, right? And this is very different than the usual slow armored Zangief or something earning his way in. And eventually, if he catches you, then that's the problem. She just has to hit you with some basic pokes. That's it. And then you're in the blender. This is hardly the big slow Zangief working his way in situation. She just pokes you, and then all of a sudden, it's 50-50 city. Like if you ever got hit by Laura's elbow, or if you blocked one of Mika's plus moves, these are the things that made those characters very frustrating to fight against, because they can just very easily put you in the blender, threatening a strike or a command grab that the more traditional style of slow big grappler character cannot do. So one more time to reiterate, once people start figuring this stuff out and it really gets out there when people are playing the game, this is going to be the kind of stuff that absolutely drives people up the wall. I can almost guarantee you Manon, after the initial launch phase concludes, will be perceived as a villain character for exactly this kind of stuff. So now just to talk a few things about this. One, since it looks like both these target combos are just based off regular normals first, the first one probably, or perhaps anyways, stand medium punch, and then the second one perhaps stand heavy punch, and their target combos, you can probably just like hit confirm into these, right? Like do crouch light, stand light, and then if you hit confirm, then you go into the target combo, so on and so forth. The target combos are almost certainly, we'll see, but almost certainly unsafe on block. But usually how this goes is you have the opportunity to hit confirm into the combo, so it shouldn't come out unless you know you got the hit. Of course, that's player dependent on how good you are personally at hit confirming your moves, but still, it's there. The other thing in this initial phase, just given the footage we have here though, I can tell you that take the throw, honestly. Like, if you have to guess strike or throw, the strike here is shown, well, it's easy hit confirm, crouch light kick, looks to be stand light punch, and then launcher, and then go into the super, right? That looks like a lot of friggin' damage, right? Certainly a lot more than just the throw would be, and I guess the threat of the throw is very much tied to her mechanic. As we do know, she has the metal mechanic, and as you level up the metals, then the command grab gets more dangerous. Because one of the things I look at this is who knows on the damage, but what looks very not dangerous is the distance it leaves you at. After she dunks you, she takes a step back, the opponent recovers, and there's no way she could dash forward and not be like mega negative, right? So it's effectively like just a reset into neutral. To me, based off the potential damage of what the strike might be, versus I just take the grab and then we both reset the neutral, I'll take the grab every single time, honestly. It's basically, okay, you grab me, now we're just back to playing the game, right? So that might be one of the aspects of her metal system, in that it might not only just be getting more damage for your grabs, which is great, right? More damage is more damage, but it might be every level you get up, that grab leaves you closer and closer and closer. So it could very well be the game plan is at low levels of metal, well, the grab is, you can laugh it off. You take it and reset whatever, right? And at higher or maxed out levels, now all of a sudden that grab could leave you potentially right beside the enemy and she's on top of you as you wake up. And then all of a sudden she's basically Zangief, right? Zangief, it takes him forever to be able to land the grab, but once he does, that's when you're in trouble, right? Versus this game plan of hers with the vacuum effect, where it'll be much more easy to land the initial grab, but perhaps the initial grab isn't that scary until you level it up. That's just me spitballing, who actually knows, but I think that'd be a very interesting way to build the threat of the grab, other than just grab do more damage as you level it up. But yeah, just throwing some thoughts out there. So as it stands, seeing this vacuum effect and knowing the historical value of people do not like fighting against this stuff, being put at plus frames and immediately guessing command grab or strike, people do not like it. To me, that means Manon is the villain of Street Fighter 6. We've seen how a lot of the cast plays, right? Due to the various betas and all that. Like, so we know, at least for the 8 in the beta, like, there's nothing that offensive in there, right? There's good characters, there's bad characters maybe, but nothing to get really frustrated about. This will make people mad. Of course, there'll be plenty of opportunities for all these other characters to make people plenty mad as well, but it's not quite just spelled out plain as day like this clip from Twitter that we've seen. So if you like forcing people into the blender, Manon is absolutely going to be one of the characters for it. Other characters, I guess we'll see in time. So that all said, let me know what you think. I'm happy that they're putting out additional clips beyond just the trailer we got, so we can just see more of the actual characters. More footage, more better. As of the time of making this video, we are 172 days away from the launch. So we need something to pass the time, right? And other than all that, I guess we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.